Craig Martin, real estate man extraordinaire. Craig, I almost don't recognize you without the bow tie.
Trying to look good for you today.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to meet with us. This is called Success Leaves Clues, and we're trying to get the knowledge of some of the top realtors in town to help our loan officers understand what makes you guys tick and why you choose to do business with Ruoff. So tell me, look back, you've been in real estate how long?
37 years.
37 years.
All 37 with Ruoff.
Wow.
One of the most effective tools that I use to help me get a lot of listings when I've been up against other realtors is a simple note after the appointment. Just thanking them. I probably have had 20, maybe 25 sellers that I've worked with over the years. When I say, hey, you interviewed 3 or 4 agents, you know, we all pretty capable. What tipped it my way?
Wow.
And they said, you were the only one that sent up a follow-up note.
So now, when you say a note, you're not talking about an email. You're talking about
a handwritten note.
Put a stamp on it and send it.
In a ton of my appointments, when I have a meeting, I'll follow up every time with a handwritten note. But you need to get it out quick. A lot of times when I go out on a listing appointment, I already have the note done. And when I'm on the way back to my home office, I just drop it in the mail, they get it the next day.
Wow. So, see, that's the work ethic, and that's the preparation you're talking about coming through. We can learn from that as loan officers, you know, how to conduct our business. Because we could do the same thing, right? You come in for a loan application, why couldn't we write a thing?
Exactly.
You think it would help?
I definitely do. I think it's a great idea.
Ruoff, obviously you had a chance to use probably a lot of lenders over the year. What do we do that you appreciate? What do we do well?
Well, of course, there's the friendships there. You make me feel welcome when I come in there.
Yes.
You know, Dave, Angela, Amanda, all the people. You know, I get incredible service. You know, I hate to go into too much deal here because I don't want Nancy to get too big ahead. Let's face it, she's one of the top LOs in the city. She's extremely good at what she does. She works very hard. She's very honest. And I really couldn't get a better person to take care of my clients.
Yeah.
But I also love the rest of the staff. I'm amazed at how well the organization is run. Clint does an incredible job keeping all those people, you know, on even keel.
He sure
And
does.
I've told David many times, I cannot believe what Mark has done to make that company grow. That's one of the biggest success stories I've ever seen.
Now here's one that you might be a little less comfortable answering, but if you could be honest with us, are there places where we're falling down, where other lenders are doing a better job than we are?
You know, no. There were issues as Mark and Dave were making it grow, and I think they've done a great job assembling the best people, and I also think that the systems they have put in place are very, very good. I would say that I think it runs very, very well now, much better than even 2 years ago.
Oh.
Right from the moment you walk in, Amanda, she's always on top of it.
Yeah.
She'll do everything she can to make my life better, doing business there. And, you know, really everybody, Holly, I drive her crazy. She does a great job.
What do you drive her crazy with?
I live on my listings. Most of my business is listings. And I really use brochures a lot, several different ones, and one of them is the Ruoff brochure.
Yeah.
Well, I get a lot of good listings, and when my sign goes in front of the yard, and when it goes on the MLS, normally I'm going to get activity immediately.
Right.
And unfortunately for Holly, and she handles it well, I want those brochures there for that first showing.
Right away.
So yeah, Holly's just another example of someone who does a great job.
Yeah.
I mean, I could go on and on. The people behind the scenes in closing, you know, it's all the way through. It's just a great organization, and I can't thank everybody enough for what they do for me there.
You know, advice for loan officers that don't have a relationship like you and Nancy do. I mean, part of being a loan officer is having a couple of realtors that you have a really strong relationship where you can help each other grow your business. So if you were a loan officer, I don't know if you can put that hat on, but if you were, how would you decide who to try to approach as a realtor?
I would try to approach people who have been in the business for approximately 3 to 5 years.
Okay. Why 3 to 5 years?
Because they're more likely not to have strong alliances with a loan officer already.
Okay.
And they're going to be around for a long time. If they're good at what they do,
Yeah.
they're going to stay in the business.
Yeah, if they made it 3 years, they're
Exactly.
probably in, you know.
And even a 1 or 2 year agent, I can pick out an agent that I think will succeed very, very quickly.
What would you look for?
Someone who easygoing personality, very knowledgeable, confident, knows how to present himself, appearance, car, everything. I mean, initially when you meet someone, how you look, the way your car looks, the way you handle yourself, that's what starts you off with anyone.
You think it makes a big deal?
Well, I think it's huge. And there's no doubt. I think that when you get a little bit snazzier, gives you more confidence, makes a better impression. And I think a lot of loan officers at Ruoff and throughout the industry should kind of, follow up on that a little, because there are people in your industry definitely don't look the part. Somebody that comes to mind that does always look the part is Cindy McGuire.
Yes.
She always looked extremely professional, and I'm impressed by that. Greg, I really like Greg. He likes to play cards, likes to have a few beers. He's sharp, and he knows how to put somebody at ease quickly, and he's high energy. Another one is Tracy. Tracy has an outgoing personality, full of energy.
Yeah.
The energy level is just there, and you can just tell how sincere she is, that she wants to make it happen for every client.
Man.
And again, I could go on. You have so many good LOs.
Look, again, if you're a loan officer and you chose these people that were 1 to 2 up to 5 years in the business, how would you approach them to start to try to develop that relationship?
Well, one of the first ways you can do it to make a good impression, when you have a transaction with them, when they're maybe on the other side, you need to make sure that transaction goes as perfect as possible. When everything goes well, when there's a transaction and there's an agent on the other side that you're not representing as an LO, they notice it, they remember it, and you'll follow up with a note then. I know that Nancy, on a lot of transactions I've had, where there was another agent involved that didn't work with her, when everything went smooth and she was in the closing and made a good impression with them, next thing you know, those agents were calling her to do business.
Yeah. Advice that you would have for loan officers that you've come across?
One of the main things I've learned through the years, if I promise something, I'm going to make it happen, even if later on I regret making the promise. I touched on a little, being honest, being upfront. Communication, work ethic, and being honest with everyone you're involved with. This is a small community. When you start misleading, not leveling with people, it'll get around quick. So if you screw up, step to the plate, lay it on the line. I messed up. If something goes wrong, I'll go to them, I'll explain we hit a bump. I'm not gonna, say it was this person's fault, that person's. Bottom line, they're looking to me. It's my problem and I'll solve it. For any LO, the ones you don't get, put it behind you. Move on quickly. If I don't get a buyer I thought I was going to get, or I miss a listing, I don't dwell on it. I knock it out of my memory and I move right on. Nancy is definitely a person who the glass is half full. She throws that up to me all the time. Attitude. You always hear how important it is. She is great on attitude. And she reminds me, hey, good attitude. Don't get bummed over something. The glass is half full.
All right, Craig. Hey, if people want to buy or sell, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
I'm just a phone call away, baby. 341-4188.
So 341-4188.